5 reasons for you guys to start buying Bitcoin. Let's get into it. No games. It outpaces inflation. You have to really think about this. That is what we're going for. Ideally, we would hope that our wages would outpace inflation, um, just so that we can all survive and everybody can do well and things can go on smoothly. But the people who run this world have other plans in mind, so they kind of flip it on us. So it's up to us to be, how you say, I guess just clever about how we do things. Otherwise, we're going to be taken advantage of, and it's pretty hard to not get taken advantage of because they have the bulk of the money and they do everything. But if you can get a hold of some Bitcoin, then at least some of your money is outpacing inflation. And in this way, you're fighting back. It's very, very secure. You will never find anything more secure than Bitcoin. These banks and these guys like to pretend like, oh man, you're in good hands with us. We see that it's not. We're not in good hands with them. They manipulate things. They do like 12 bank holidays a month. It's like, dude, I just don't get why we have to keep buying into this. And people are pulling back. But you have the most security with Bitcoin. The only way you're going to get scammed is if you fall into a scam, right? But if you just buy Bitcoin and do it the correct way, you're not going to be scammed. You just got to be wise. You got to use the correct addresses and you'll be fine. It's very versatile. You got to think about this, right? Now I guess it's a little bit easier with money to pay and move your money around. I guess it's a little bit easier. You know, we have money, we have credit cards and debit cards, we have phones, but still, if you're moving around any large amount of money, it's just easier with Bitcoin. You can do it in less time. You don't have to go through so much hoops and hurdles. They're not going to ask you what you're doing it for. You know, if you have 10,000 in your bank account and you go to pull it out, just all of it, they're going to be looking at you weird, like you're doing something. You know, it's just like, dude, why are you so concerned about my money? It's my money, you know? So that's why it's just you have freedom. You can't beat that. It's extremely scarce. You gotta think about this too as well. Money isn't scarce. It may be scarce to us, but you can literally just print money, right? And that's not the case with Bitcoin. You can't just print more Bitcoin. Now they can do manipulative things and try to make it, but you can't print any more Bitcoin. So that alone also helps you fight back because you can take a chunk and they can't take it from you. They can try and do things with the market and whatnot, but they can't actually take it from you. And there's a lot of power in that. There's a lot of power in knowing that you actually own something that they can't get their fingers on. That's why they're buying it up like crazy and en masse, because they're afraid if we get enough Bitcoin, we could really do something. And that's why I preach everybody should be buying Bitcoin. But I understand it's a crazy market. Not everybody wants to get involved. Um, but for the people that do, you're going to see something really ridiculous. Maybe even like a golden ticket type scenario in Willy Wonka. It would be nice to see it though. I believe there's going to be a lot of tax advantages for Bitcoin, personally. I believe there will come a point where selling your Bitcoin, whatever profits you make off Bitcoin is tax free. Um, and that's just kind of how I feel about it. I feel like there's going to be a lot of benefits. I also do buy Bitcoin ETFs. I think there will be a lot of benefits to this as well. So basically what I'm saying is you want to get a part of the train, because it hasn't gotten started yet. You know, you don't want to be late to the party, but I'm saying I believe there's going to be a lot of advantages and benefits to buying Bitcoin later on in the future that would make it a lot more appealing now if people knew what was coming. this is also another thing. This is a little added extra. I mentioned this before, but you will not be scammed. There are so many crypto scams going out nowadays, and we just all gotta be wise. You know, we gotta know what's really going on. But the thing is, these crypto scams are so ridiculous. Like, I'm gonna start putting up some charts up here. Everybody can see. Um, these are not great investments. They're speculative, and there's nothing wrong with putting some money in something speculative. But when it gets to the point where you're dumping your life savings in something that's a joke, it's like, now, you know, I don't even know if I would consider this part of the crypto community. It is, but it's more like gambling in my opinion, and I just believe we gotta be wiser, you know, about how we do things, and we gotta change our mindset. You know, just because Bitcoin is touching 100,000 doesn't mean it's not a good time to buy in, you know? And I think people get discouraged, but they're not realizing what numbers can really do. I do believe that Bitcoin will hit $1 million. Honestly, I think that's light work, you know? I think in the future there will be a point where Bitcoin hits $100 million. That's me personally. Now I didn't give you a time frame, but I'm saying this is what I believe in. I believe other cryptos will rise as well, but you don't want to put your bag all in a joke or some type of silly crypto. Now there are other good cryptos. I have a lot of crypto, but my whole bag mostly is Bitcoin because I know the truth and I know what it's designed for, and that's what it's going to be there for. So yeah, I just want you guys to know that we're all in this together, but the more we buy Bitcoin, the more we can fight back and give ourselves a fighting chance, you know, because they're not playing fair. So we need to stop playing fair with these individuals and start taking a little, you know, a little initiative to get ourselves back on the right track. I know for me, it's a no buy year. I'm slowing down on my buying, just personally because I don't have anything to buy. But if there was something to buy, it'd be Bitcoin. And it seemed like a good thing for me. So I just want to thank you guys for watching my video. And I want to give you this another little food for thought. If the government is buying Bitcoin, if every country is practically buying Bitcoin, I don't think you have a good enough excuse not to at least be a part of it. We're going to be the home of Bitcoin, America, but you want to make sure you're a part of it. Because honestly, at the rate we're going, they're going to take up so much of it that it's just going to shoot up insane. And I just don't think people will be ready for what's coming. But if you're ready for it, go ahead and buy yourself. I'm not saying buy a lot. Buy what you can and keep buying. Consistency is key.